Key details coming out. The report, as long as 4,000 pages, 170 to 180 of those contain the findings, the report, and it will be tabled in an hour or so from now in Justice Patnaik's court.
Absolutely. It's about 45 minutes from now that I'll also add to what you said. It's L. Nageshwar Rao who will be going to Justice Patnaik's court in about 45 minutes from now to table the report on behalf of the committee, which was Justice Mudgal, L. Nageshwar Rao and Niloy Datta. So it's L. Nageshwar Rao who will be going to Justice Patnaik's court. You've said multiple copies, absolutely right, in sealed envelopes. The idea is that the petitioner's party, the BCCI, and everybody involved should get copies right away, because as you know, the petitioners had filed an interim application petition last Friday, which is listed at number 55, which will come up for hearing today, which might have direct impact on the IPL auction. So the report in all likelihood will be heard even today itself. Within the next couple of hours, within the next 1 hour, you should be getting to know what the report contains. You're absolutely spot on in saying 4,000 pages, 4,000 pages of annexures, 170 odd pages of content. That is what the division is. 170 odd pages of what you said, witnesses, testimonies, gists, summaries and gists of all the testimonies of people that the Mudgal committee met, which includes players, which includes officials, which includes journalists. So all of that is given as annexures. The report has two parts from what I understand from sources. The first part is findings and the second part observations, which will be included in the 170-page summary. Thereafter it is followed by the annexures. Absolutely right, it will answer some key questions on Gurunath Mayappan, on betting, whether he was passing on sensitive information, what that transpires or means for Chennai Super Kings. So within 1 hour, we at Headlines Today should be able to tell our viewers what the IPL spot fixing was all about, what the findings are, the moment Supreme Court gets this report submitted by L. Nageshwar Rao on behalf of the committee.
Right, once again for our viewers, let's recap the exclusive details that we're getting of the Mudgal committee report. It runs as long as 4,000 pages, 170 to 180 of those contain the report. The rest are a summary of all the people who have been interviewed, testified or have appeared as witnesses for the findings of this report. Here are the details on your screen. The report will be tabled in an hour's time from now in Justice Patnaik's court, and the key thing is that multiple copies will be submitted so that all the petitioners can get them, but they're all in sealed envelopes. Boria, just to take the chat forward about the report itself, last year was quite a tumultuous year for N Srinivasan, but even in the face of all the pressure that he faced in the wake of this IPL spot fixing saga, he was quite brazen in not giving up his position. Now, if the findings of this report are not favourable to Gurunath Mayappan and then therefore linking Chennai Super Kings and N Srinivasan, it could be troubled days ahead for the BCCI chief again.
Of course it will be. I mean, the question is very simple. There are four questions, if I understand, which you put out before your viewers. One is Gurunath Mayappan team principal, yes or no? This report needs to answer that, because all of the world needs to know that. Mr. Srinivasan was on record saying he's an enthusiast and not a principal or a team owner. So if he as team owner or team principal was betting on his own team, it completely changes the whole dynamic of the case. So the Gurunath Mayappan story will have to be taken forward today. Mudgal committee report will tell us, one, if Gurunath Mayappan was actually team principal or team owner. Two, was he betting against his own team, or was he involved in betting at all? Because as team owner, if you bet on your own team, then you are clearly in violation of IPL Code 11.3, which is bringing the game of cricket into disrepute, which is bringing your team into disrepute. Will that mean guilty? Means penalization or punishment. What level of punishment? We will have to wait and see, but it's all conjecture. Third, was he passing on sensitive information to Vindu Dara Singh? Was he passing on information on team strategy? And fourth and most importantly, is there a case of spot fixing or match fixing at all in IPL? Now there you also have to bring in the role of Raj Kundra, because that is the other point that this Mudgal committee was deliberating on, the role of Raj Kundra, the role of the Rajasthan Royals players. So it's a very, very important day, Shivani, no question. Most importantly, as we've said, Gurunath Mayappan's role, whether he was betting as owner of Chennai Super Kings will have a bearing very clearly on Chennai Super Kings, because Ranjiv Biswal, IPL chairman, went on record on 8th of October, the day this committee was appointed, to say they will go by the findings of this committee and will then decide if Chennai Super Kings is to be punished, penalized or whatever. So 1 hour from now, we will have the answers to all these questions, which will have a direct bearing on 1, IPL auction, 2, IPL as a brand, 3, IPL as a competition, 4, BCCI, and obviously Mr. Srinivasan.
Absolutely. All of these people, these entities, these brands are going to be affected. Boria, last year, N Srinivasan had kind of brushed all the issues under the carpet. He had distanced himself from Gurunath Mayappan. He had called him a cricket enthusiast and nothing more, and he had refused to step down from his position. Like I said, if the findings of the report are not favourable, the conflict of interest issue will once again rise, and that will put N Srinivasan in a very, very sticky wicket.
It will. Question is whether the words conflict of interest is mentioned in the report or not, whether the Mudgal committee has found any evidence to back this claim of conflict of interest that has been raised widely in the media. The question is if the Mudgal committee has found any evidence to suggest that Gurunath was betting as team principal, because if he was, then Chennai Super Kings' future will have to be in jeopardy, because you have to claim that according to the rules, and here I am only talking about facts and rules, according to the rules, if a team owner or team principal was betting against his own team, then that team has to be suspended, period. There is nothing to do with, you cannot say that this is proven guilt. That is what we are waiting to see if this committee comes up with that Gurunath Mayappan was team principal, he was betting against his own team, i.e. it's a case of proven guilt. If that is the case, obviously Chennai Super Kings, Mr. Srinivasan as managing director of India Cements that owns Chennai Super Kings will be drawn into the controversy yet again, and that will have a direct bearing on BCCI, because which organization? Will it be the BCCI that will be empowered by the Supreme Court to adjudicate or to punish Chennai Super Kings or to take action? Because if it is, can Mr. Srinivasan be in a position as BCCI president to judge his own team? But again, Srivani, all of this is conjecture, because 45 minutes from now we will get to know what the story is. Is Mayappan guilty? If he is guilty, was he guilty as enthusiast? Was he guilty as principal? Right. If he was guilty as principal, then automatically Chennai Super Kings is compromised. If Chennai Super Kings is compromised, will it face suspension? Will it face a ban? Who will give that ban? Supreme Court or BCCI? Can Mr. Srinivasan as BCCI president sit over judgment over Chennai Super Kings? So obviously it's D-Day for Indian cricket, but wait a while, we will break all of these news on headlines today within an hour. We can tell our viewers the moment that report is tabled, we will tell you exactly what it contains.